What's up? Today I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna make the devil mad, and I don't care, because I know he don't care when he messes my day up or messes my life up, and he don't care when he messes your day up or your life up. So I plan on stopping him in his tracks right now, and I hope this video is as effective as I need it for it to be. I hope that it reaches somebody and it just stops him dead in his tracks for their life. Alright, so my videos before now, it's been really PG kind of. I haven't stepped on anybody's toes. I talked about things internally that we can work on that'll grow us into being better people. Things like patience, things like faith and giving and forgiving, and growth, and I touched on different topics, man. And like I said, all those things are internal things they're very important and very important for dealing with life. But I'm gonna talk about something that's external that we all deal with. Temptation is unavoidable. You can't avoid it. We can overcome it. When we got the proper tools and we know how, and the wisdom and everything, we can overcome temptation. But we cannot avoid it. We can't avoid it. Now, the reference scripture, and I'm going to put it, on top of this video post, but when I was looking, like I said, for the verse for this topic, I came across where God was basically explaining that God, he can't tempt people. He's not able to be tempted, so he doesn't use that as a means to help us. He will use trials and tribulations to help, help us with our patience and help us to have faith in him and to lean on him. He uses those. He tests us, no problem. But he does not tempt us. The devil uses temptation as a weapon against us, and we give him that weapon. James chapter 1 verse 14, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically it's saying that we're enticed by our own desires, our own lusts, and when we give in to those lusts, it produces sin, and when sin is full grown, it produces death. It brings forth death. Now, it could mean a physical death. You could kill yourself or somebody, or it could mean like a separation, like a spiritual death. A family could break up, friendship could break up, what have you. So I ain't never known no sin to bring life, produce life. I ain't never known sin to make anything come alive, ever. It's always bad news, whether it's immediately or whether it takes 20 years. Now, we are tempted by our own desires. Basically, what that's telling me is that the devil don't know us unless we invite him in to know us. Now, God know us. God know whether we gonna, he created us, so he know whether we gonna pass the test or not. He know whether we gonna endure this trial or we gonna give up earlier or whatever. He knows whether we gonna overcome this temptation or not. You know what I'm saying? He knows us. He knows who we are. He created us. But the devil does not know us. So what that means is, like I say, we have to show him. He have to search he have to keep searching for he had to see what we like in order to use it against us. He's watching us. He's watching the type of friends we got, people we hang around. He watched the things we like and the things we like to do, our behaviors and our habits. He watches the type of food we like to eat. He's looking at all of that because he's trying to take notes on us and keep tabs on us, so he knows how to mess us up and get us off track. Now again, temptation is not going to be avoided. Even if you get to a point where you can overcome it every time, it's not going to stop the devil from attacking you and trying to kill you. It's not going to stop him from trying to distract you. And it's not going to stop him from trying to deceive you in some way, form, or use someone to deceive you. He wants you dead. He does not like us. He hates us. He have to hate us to use people we love or care about to get us off track. That's a hatred like none other, but only if we leave ourselves open. We leave ourselves open and vulnerable by letting our emotions drive our behaviors and not our spirit. When we are led by our spirit, we're more cautious. We don't overreact. We're not jumping the gun. We're cool. We're level-headed. So it's harder for him to kind of know what to use against us when we operate like that. Now, if we quick to get angry and we quick to, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, we let our emotions steer us, then it's easy for them to know, okay, that's how I'm going to get Wesson. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the prime example, men and women. Men and women, you know, attracted to each other. Men attracted to beautiful women. The devil knows that. God knows that. That's simple. But he also, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to beautiful women, but it's something wrong when we desiring these women that we, you know nothing about. We just want their body. That's something really wrong with that, because it really clogs our judgment, and we tend to operate without thinking. Because we'll get to know this woman, but only on terms of getting her in the bed. We're not trying to know her good habits and her bad habits, her good qualities or her bad traits. We don't want to love her. We just want to love on her. The devil knows that, so he'll put that out there. And again, he can't tempt us unless we are enticed by our own desires. So if we're enticed by our own desires to do whatever it takes to get this woman in the bed, then we get her in the bed, what's going to happen? We sinned. We cause her to sin. So something gonna die. Whether her opinion on the whole male gender, all men are dogs, we just killed it. Because it's gonna prove sooner or later that's all we want. Or maybe she could have gave us something. You know what I'm saying? The woman get a man something, then I can't trust women. So now his whole opinion on the female gender is messed up. It's destroyed. Like sin brings forth death. That's how temptation works. That's how it operates. But it starts inside of us and what we like. We have to watch what our behaviors are. We have to watch what we look at. We have to watch what we take in. We have to watch the people we hang around. We got to operate in a spiritual mindset all the time. And we cannot forget to pray. We cannot forget to read our Bible. We can't forget that. Those are all important. Now, how do we determine when we are at our weakest moments? When we're more susceptible to temptation than others? You know, it don't make sense for the devil to tempt us when we at a strong point. But when are we at our weakest point? Is it when we get lonely? We get to the house and it's like, man, I wish I had a woman around me. You know, I desire somebody to be around. Like, or is it when we get angry and erratic? Is it when we get too happy? Like, is it when we get curious? Like, how do we feel? What circumstance? We got to realize that the circumstance will change how we feel about things. And it'll put us in an emotional state. And when we get in an emotional state, we're prone to act out and do things and behave ways we wouldn't normally act. So realize when your circumstance change, your feelings might change too. Also understand when you're at your weakest point, when you're more susceptible to being tempted. Understand that those are things that the devil is taking note on. So we got to be obvious to it too. We got to be aware of it as well. We're strong enough to beat this, man. We're strong enough to overcome. Cause we created in the image of God. We can do whatever. And we really don't even understand that, man. We have the potential. But the devil do not want us to tap into that potential. If I hated somebody, I wouldn't want them to tap into that potential. Look at it like this, man. He running out of time, right? He's a negative person. He's a negative being. When somebody is down, when a person, an actual person, when they down, they negative, they always want to, start stuff and, just messy. We don't want to be around that type of person. We will not let that type of person bring us down. So if that's the type of person that the devil is, why are we going to let him bring us down? We're not going to let him be conniving and mess us up. We on the right track. We on the right path, man. And he do not want us there. So we got to be mindful. Like, look, he's just like that negative person that we don't want to be around. He'll use whatever. He starts stuff. He confusion. He do whatever it takes to bring us off our path. Comments, feedback, whatever. This will reach somebody. Because you can't always see temptation. You can see it sometimes, but the one times that you can't see it are when you can mess up the most.
Yep.
Always think spiritual. Always be in a spiritual mindset, man. I love you all. I'll see you guys next week.